An amazing thing about indie games is the fact that they can have very unique concepts behind them, like Katana Zero with its puzzle-solving style of platforming, or Owlboy by merging a twin-stick shooter with a Metroidvania. But before the game of today's video, we didn't have anything like that. A game where cannon fodder enemies don't exist, where every single fight is against a big honcho without any in between. So, welcome to the Indiegrounds, the underground cave where indie games are the center of attention. Today we'll be taking a look at Furi, the hack and slash bullet hell boss fighting simulator. As I just said, Furi is an indie game that combines the gameplay aspects of hack and slash games with Japanese bullet hell mechanics. The result of it is a hyper-fast and fun game that doesn't pull any punches when it comes to difficulty. Furi is fairly simplistic at face value, but if you play the game you'll find that you're dealing with a very versatile moveset. The Stranger, the character you play as, has a 3-hit slash combo, a charge slash, a dodging dash that can be charged to cover a greater distance, a gun with rapid fire, a charge shot, and a parry button. And that's pretty much all you have to work with during the entirety of the game. You have only one tutorial at the start of it, and then they throw you at the bosses. Because of the simple moveset you're given, you find out that you can approach fights in a variety of different ways, making you plan out and strategize on the fly when fighting bosses, pressuring the player to adapt to the game's controls. Because as mentioned at the start of this video, in this game there are no minions, no Goombas, no lesser demons that are made to soak up hits while you practice your combos. In this game, there's only boss fights. Big honchos with unique abilities that will make for amazing and challenging fights. Every single one of them is different and unique, so much so that they themselves determine how the fight will play out. So expect to platform your way through fights, a huge emphasis in shooting at your enemies, and parrying the shit out of seamlessly infinite combos. Each boss has phases. Most of them have a long-range phase where they try to keep their distance from you and shoot at you with bullets, lasers, shockwaves, and these floor thingies that are a pain to avoid sometimes. When you drain half of the boss's health bar, they will enter another phase, the Close Quarters Combat or CQC. Here they go full offense, doing AoE attacks, physical attacks, and point-blank laser beams or bullets. In this phase, you have to wait out their attacks and counter them accordingly with parries and dodges, constantly looking for an opening where a well-timed charge slash can split their health bar in half. Once the enemy's health bar has been reduced to its last one, because of course they have multiple health bars, they will enter their desperation attack, where they become invincible and go full Ikaruga in this bitch. Fuckers will fill the screen with bullets, indestructible orbs, and shockwaves in a last-ditch effort to take you out. You need to avoid their attacks in what feels like forever, and then they'll fall vulnerable for you to smash them to the ground. As you can see, gameplay alone should be more than enough to attract the attention of players. It has a very good premise in that regard, but if you need to justify all this fighting with a good story, Furi delivers a really good one. You play as the Stranger, a prisoner being bound at the top of a prison located in Earth's atmosphere. You are freed by a mysterious character, a fellow prisoner presumably, and you're told that the jailers are the key, so you need to dispose of them in order to escape. After you defeat the first jailer, the Chain, all the plot of the game is told to you in between fights by the man that freed you, the Boys. He tells you all kinds of things, stuff like who was the jailer that incarcerated the Stranger and other tidbits about the other jailers. You see, every jailer has a personality, a reason to fight, a way of fighting, and their own perception on the Stranger. Some don't even want to fight him, while others wanted to fight him so bad that they became obsessed with it. Not all the story is explained to the fullest, and that's intended. The game invites a speculation on the events that happened prior to the events of the game. Where did the strap come from? What did the Stranger do to the scale? These are some of the many questions the game will produce in the player, and every take on what happened is welcome. The ending of this game is the only time I've seen the aliens trope being used effectively. The Stranger was in prison because he corrupts the very line he stands on since he's not from this world. Something that was alluded to when you fought the line. When you go back to the mothership, you'll see a bunch of riders, just like the main character, and you can choose whether to assimilate the planet or to fight the mothership and save Earth. And that final fight is pretty cool. Well, although the fight is pretty cool, it controls like garbage. This has a huge emphasis on the bullet hell thing, but this fucking mech takes a billion frames just to dodge any attack. And compared to the smooth motion of the regular gameplay, this is just infuriating. And now that we're on the bullshit side of this spectrum, fuck the bursts desperation attack. I swear, I died a bunch of times during my playthrough, but I never said that any of those deaths were unfair. But every time I got killed by this jackass, I swear I called bullshit many times. But aside from those two instances, which, let me reiterate, can fuck themselves, boss fights challenge you in the best way possible, and I was eager to battle them every single time, no matter how many times they screwed me over. Finally, we can end this spotlight by talking about the music. You have these vaporwave techno tracks that are really good. People usually pair Furi with other great indie game OSTs like Celeste, Creep of the Necrodancer, The Messenger, and many more, and I couldn't agree more. These tracks go perfectly in line with the gameplay and the tone of the game. You might enter a room or a fight without noticing, and suddenly, boom, you're jamming to these sick beats in the middle of the fight. And I think that's amazing. And that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you all you guys for watching. If you want to see more of the Indiegrounds, I have already 3 episodes. 2 on Bug Fables, 1 on One Step from Eden, those are pretty good. I'm working on a new episode about Paper Mario the Origami King because we just got a new trailer and I'm sorting out my thoughts on what I saw because I think that's the only way of talking of those games. I hope people watch the Furi video because I think this is really great. The guys over at the Game Bakers are making a new game and I'm pretty excited to actually play it. And also Furi is in discount right now, so I highly recommend it to you if you haven't played it yet. And that's pretty much it. Once again, I want to thank every single one of you. I hope you are taking care of yourselves. Try to be normal, try to act normal, be good to other people, to the people that are living with you, and I'll see you guys pretty soon. Take care.